So, why did you choose this place?
Well, because it's far away enough from the palace so we wouldn't get disturbed. And it's even near the lake, which I know you're fond of.
I see you came prepared.
Princess, I'm always prepared. So, since you missed yesterday's meeting, I thought you might want to see my notes about it.
Yes, thank you.
Some minutes later.
So the infection keeps increasing, and now it even started to spread through the other states of our kingdom as well.
As expected. At least it's already autumn, so most of our crops were already harvested before the illness came. Nonetheless, an upcoming starvation is still threatening us.
Indeed. We must take action to stop the spreading as soon as possible. Did you perhaps find anything useful since the last time we talked?
I'm afraid nothing much. But I found it strange, though. I have a feeling that someone wants to hide any information that could have helped us in this case. One of my teachers has told me that he remembers about a similar disease that happened many years ago, but not even a single note was taken about it. I suppose you haven't found anything either, right?
Well, there is something. Please don't be mad at me, but I wanted to keep this a secret at first because it's my mother's diary. I actually found it some weeks ago. At first, it seemed like an ordinary diary, but then I found these papers hidden in a secret pocket. They contain notes from her right before she disappeared. According to these notes, similar events like her current problems happened on that summer. At first, I didn't even notice resemblance, but now, I'm certain that these illnesses are the same. I assume this is what your teacher was referring to.
Day 1, afternoon out of nowhere, I fainted. Day 5, my illness is becoming worse. The trees and flowers are starting to die. My condition has something to do with Paris. Day 16, Marinette fainted today. Gabriel thinks it's just the flu, but I know it's not a physical illness, just like in my case. There's something in Paris that never was there before. The plants are dying. The scene is almost dried out. Day 28, the situation in Paris, just like Marinette and I's condition, are getting worse day by day. I don't know how much strength is left in me, but I have to find a solution before it's too late. Day 30, the key is the soul of Paris, and the... That can't be. I've heard about the soul of Paris.
What? Really?
I don't know what it is exactly. Actually, I've heard about it from my father. When I was little, he used to tell me a small poem from a book every night. I can't remember well about that poem's lines, but I'm sure it was saying something about a soul of Paris. Later that day in the library. Thank you for showing me your mother's notes. I appreciate it. I know how hard it must have been to reveal this to a stranger.
Well, you're not a stranger to me.
I'm not? Then what am I to you, princess?
You're my ex-enemy.
Your ex-enemy? Not even your husband? Princess, you're hurting me.
Just search for that book instead.
As you wish, your highness. She mentioned that on the first days the plants started to die, right? Just like now. So, about your mother's notes. I think what she has written really is similar to our current problem, as you said.
Indeed, and that was followed by the sand drying out, buildings cracking and people dying. It's just somehow, and luckily to us, happens way slower this time.
Seems like it. The only thing I can't understand, though, is why it isn't affecting you this time. Your mother mentioned that both you and her got sick during that period, but now it's not the case. At least I hope so.
Well, this is something I don't understand either.
I found it! Point.
The birth of Paris.
The birth of Paris once was a war that made our ancestors create, an object which holds the power that turns our every hour into a time of joy and peace, and stops the battling and disease. Throughout the centuries, it had been a rescue, a guardian, a home. That name Paris, the capital of France, the city of lights which ancient history most of us might forget by now or did not know at all. But if you're curious, then you shall search for the beating heart, which is showing the way to the soul of Paris.
What does this mean?